Hi, my name is Nicole Chan. I am a wedding photographer based in Boston, and today we are talking all about first looks. What are they? The pros and cons of having one or not having one. So first off, what is a first look? Traditionally, the couple does not see each other until the ceremony. This new concept of a first look has taken the wedding industry by storm. And this is a situation where the couple will get together earlier in the day prior to the ceremony. They will see each other, perhaps take all their photos together, maybe even get ready together. Let's go through 4 of my personal favorites in terms of pros for a first look. Pro number 1, it is logistically easier. Imagine that you get ready, you have your hair and makeup done, and then you go over to a spot where you get to hang out with your fiance for a couple of minutes before the ceremony. You have fresh hair and makeup, everything looks perfect, and you get to take all of your photos prior to the ceremony. For many couples, they say that it's a huge stress relief. It is really nice to be able to have an emotional moment with your significant other prior to walking down the aisle. A lot of couples will also say that the emotion is still there, even if they have a first look, and also walk down the aisle as they see, their forever person to be at the end of the aisle. It is also logistically easier if you decide to have your family, your immediate families come earlier, right after your first look, to have family portraits done. And then also if you wanted your bridal party to come afterwards as well, to have your bridal party portraits done. So essentially it is logistically easier because all of your formal portraits, your immediate family and your bridal party will have been completed prior to the actual start of your ceremony. First look pro number 2, it is psychologically relaxing. It is nice to be able to say, hey, all of my formal portraits are done prior to the ceremony, and now we can just kick back and have a good time. Of course, maybe there's some extended family photos that you want, maybe some groups with friends, and we can grab those during the reception. But psychologically, a lot of my couples will say, it's such a weight off my shoulder to say, you know what, it's done. Now we get to get married, we get to enjoy time with our friends and our family, and we get to have a good time for the rest of the day. First look pro number 3, you get to enjoy cocktail hour. Traditionally, if a couple were not to see each other until the ceremony, all the formal portraits with the couple, the bridal party, as well as the family will be done after the ceremony, which usually cuts into cocktail hour. Cocktail hour is traditionally about an hour, and it would be, sometimes formal portraits can take up half of it, most of it, or even all of cocktail hour. Those are 3 pros that I think are huge for first looks. Logistically easier, psychologically relaxing, and you get to enjoy cocktail hour. But there's also a small list of cons too. So let's talk about those. Con number 1, if you have dreamed about seeing your significant other at the end of the aisle, or if you've dreamed of seeing your significant other walk down the aisle, it would be really challenging for you to have a wedding day and be convinced of something that you've been dreaming of for a very long time. So I guess a con would be that you'd be pressured into doing something that you don't want to do. So I guess that maybe should have been the first thing that we started with. But if it's something that you've been holding on to for a really long time, I think that you should go for it and you should make it work. And we will make it work, because con number 2, it makes you start your day earlier. Makeup and hair is done earlier, you have to get dressed earlier, the shower and shave earlier. Everything is pushed up a little bit. Also, if you plan to have your family portraits and your bridal party portraits done afterwards as well, it's also a huge con because then everyone else also has to get ready earlier. Depending on how timely your family and your bridal party are, they might not all be ready on time, even though you've scheduled it out like that. And that brings me to con number 3. First look timelines don't always work. For all of my couples, I always recommend 90 minutes for first look, 30 minutes for the bride and groom, 30 minutes for immediate family, 30 minutes for bridal party. I don't consistently shoot for 90 minutes, but it's really nice to have the buffer time in case someone loses a shoe or forgot a tie or needs a belt or something of the sort. There are many things that could go wrong in the beginning of the day. Hair and makeup could run late. Again, somebody could have forgotten something. Somebody might have not set an alarm. So when that timeline gets pushed, the con of having the stress of needing to change a schedule, and then you have to contact everybody and say, you know, first look is off, we're going to do all portraits at cocktail hour. So sometimes first look schedules don't go as planned, and it adds a lot of extra stress. For my future couples, we will have an in-depth timeline conversation where we can bounce around a couple of ideas and we can collaborate on building that perfect timeline for you. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Nicole Chan. I'm a wedding photographer based in Boston, and I appreciate you getting all the way to the end. Thank you.